Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.
We're excited to partner with Patterson Legal Group in our Giving Back segment. It's where local nonprofits are recognized for the great work they're doing to make our communities better places to live. Patterson Legal Group recognizes a new nonprofit and presents them with a $500 check. This week, we're proud to spotlight Be Able. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Tyler Patterson with Patterson Legal Group. This week's Giving Back recipient is Be Able. I'm here with Scott. Scott, tell us a little bit about the group.
Honored to be here. Be Able, we are a new nonprofit in the Manhattan community. We've been in existence for about 2.5 years, but we're doing wonderful things, serving the homeless and those that are dealing in adversity.
It's really important work. And for all that you're doing, we're excited to give you a check today for $500.
Thank you so much.
Joining us now is Scott Voos with Be Able. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you, Dane.
Absolutely wonderful to have you on here. And so to start off, tell us about Be Able. Like, what's going on with the organization? What do you guys do? How long have you guys been around?
Sure. Well, I'm glad that Patterson Legal and yourself has found us, because it feels like for the past 3 years, that's what I've been hearing from a lot of people is, what is Be Able? And so
yes.
It feels like I've been on tour, and rightfully so, of promoting what we're doing, why are we beneficial to the community and whatnot. So we are a nonprofit organization in Manhattan, Kansas, and we have only been in existence not quite 3 years
Wow,
yet.
so it's been an interesting 3 years for you then.
Oh my goodness. So we opened up in the heart of COVID. And so if you think about that, the whole world was shut down, not knowing what to do. And so that's really what drove me to speed up the implementation of it. And more so than ever during that time frame, people needed a place to go. So yeah.
Absolutely very true right there. So what does Be Able do? Like, what kind of services do you provide out to the community?
Sure. So we are considered a day shelter. So every day, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning, we open up our doors. And we really don't have an idea who's going to walk in our doors to serve. But what we want to do is have an environment that is inclusive to anybody, all walks of life. Most certainly it's serving the homeless community of Manhattan, those that are in the thick of addiction, but also just a place where if people don't have a place to go and they're looking for advice or they're looking for information, they're frustrated because they can't get a solution, we want them to find us.
That's absolutely wonderful. And so where are you guys located in Manhattan?
Okay, we are in the historic underrepresented neighborhood, so on the corner of 5th and Yuma, downtown Manhattan, Kansas. And so downtown is very strategic for us. It's the common foot traffic area of Manhattan. There's a lot of rich history, the historic church communities, but also other social service organizations are downtown. So we are key located right there.
Oh, that's perfect right there. Perfect setting. And as you mentioned, so you open your doors at 8 and anybody can just come on in, like no kind of, I guess, reservation, if you will? No,
not at all. And that's intentional. I'm glad you said that. We really want to exude kind of a laid back environment that's very harmonious. And it's very difficult with a lot of different walks of life. So when you talk about bringing a community of people together, it's beyond just race, it's beyond age, it's really anybody of all different levels. And so it's tough to pull off, but we kind of know we're getting better at analyzing and predicting who's going to walk in the door. Now we're getting just close to 50 unique people per day. That's quite a bit. 3 years ago, when we first opened, we were getting just a handful, 5, 6 people. But now, 3 years later, we're up to 50 a day.
That's absolutely amazing. I love the work you guys are doing. And how is the Donation for Patterson Legal Group kind of able to help out with your guys' mission here?
Yeah. So thankful for any type of donation like that. What we want to try to do is directly impact the progress of our neighbors. So when they walk in our doors, we usually hear there's 3 things that they're leading with. I need help with housing, I need a job, or I need some mental health services. That's what they lead with, but beyond that, it could be I need a medication refill. I just ran out of gas. I don't have shoes or proper uniforms for my job. Or it could be I need help paying my cell phone bill. So those are some of the most common things, but so a donation from Patterson Legal, we want it to directly go to the neighbor support.
That's absolutely fantastic. It's so versatile. There's so you never know what issues you're going to be presented every day. Yeah. How do you juggle all that?
So yeah, and that's intentional because we are a social service entity. There are fantastic, well-run other organizations, but usually those organizations are targeted for specific needs. And so if somebody goes to that entity and they don't get a solution, either they've gone to them too many times or they were out of line and didn't mesh with that entity, where do they go? So what we're seeing is people are coming to us and they're opening up and they're saying, I'm having difficulty finding this or this or this or this. So we do have a lot of mobility and flexibility with what we can do.
Wonderful. And where can people kind of find you all guys online?
Yeah, we've got a website and everything. We're on Facebook, Instagram. What we're trying to do is have a really strong digital footprint where we can not only show how we help, what we support, but also share the stories of the neighbors that we're working with every day, and to show their success. And what that does is it gives hope to other people. It gives hope to the community of Manhattan who are kind of leery or they're suspicious of just what we're doing. So when we can show those success stories, it's incredibly impactful.
So last week we were talking about Be Able and how you guys are kind of able to help out the needy out there in the community of Manhattan. It sounds like such a wonderful program, so versatile. There's so many issues out there that everyone has, and you juggle so much. But I'm curious about just why is this organization important to you?
Well, so I think there's a lot of cliches I could throw out here, but it takes one to know one is probably what's most familiar to me. Just after college, I hit what they call a rock bottom with, there's an addiction in my past, but also some mental health struggles as well. And I'll never forget the demoralization, but also the feelings of just being lost at that time. And thankfully for me, I had a strong parental support system as well as a couple friends who were there for me. And so what I've learned about our Manhattan community is there is a lot of individuals who don't have anybody. They don't have that strong support system. They don't have that network of friends that they can call when life is at its worst or most difficult. And so that I was astounded by the amount of people that are in that boat. And so it dawned on me, I was blessed by a vision from the Lord that there needs to be a place where people who are in the thick of adversity, they feel like they can go to this place and trust the individuals who are there for them. So that's why it means something to me is because I've been there before. And I've surrounded myself with not only our staff members, but volunteers who also have that learned empathy, and they've been through those experiences as well.
That's absolutely amazing. I love your story, just coming from rock bottom to building yourself back up with the help of community and friends and giving back now. That's absolutely fantastic.
Giving back, there you go.
And so others out there, they're hearing your message. How can others help you guys out with that Be Able? Like, are you looking for volunteers or for more donations?
Sure. So being a startup nonprofit, most certainly we're so conscious of budgeting and whatnot. We only have a certain amount of dollars that go to staff. So therefore I rely tremendously on volunteers. We have about 10 volunteers per week who we can count on that will be there. Beyond that, we have a whole nother category of volunteers who just pop in every once in a while to provide food, or they come in and fold some clothes in our clothing closet, things like that. So on our website, there's always a volunteer tab. Feel free to type in your name and your contact information. That's what we're looking for. But also just the awareness that there is a hidden community of people that not a lot of people know about. So that's what we're trying to do, is just create the awareness that there are individuals out there and there is hope for these individuals.
That's absolutely wonderful. And so, as you mentioned, just every day you're opening the doors at 8 a.m., welcoming people in to help them out. Like, do you guys do special events at all? Like, how are you building awareness? How are you kind of fundraising, if you will?
Well, social media is every day. You got to stir that pot. In a couple weeks, we are about to break ground, and what we're doing is building a shower and laundry facility on our property because in Manhattan there is a complete void of available showers and laundry facilities. So we're going to have that on our property. So that's one idea. In a couple weeks, we're about to put up a 95-foot mural on one wall of our property, and we're going to make a community event out of that as well. We do a whole host of things. You know, we do street cleanups where we walk 30 to 40 people down a street and just pick up trash and whatnot in the community.
That's absolutely wonderful. Scott, thank you so much for telling me all this. It's great work that you guys are doing out there.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely floored by everything. And thank you for joining us today. And once again, just thank you for all the work you're doing in the community. It sounds wonderful. It sounds like you're making Manhattan just a little bit better place.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. And of course, to learn more, you can go to beablecommunity.com.
Giving Back, sponsored by Patterson Legal Group.